Right.
Yeah.
So if you come around my space and you start cooking and cleaning, you don't get looked at any higher. You get looked at as, oh, that's nice, considerate.
I
But
agree.
that is not a wife to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
There are certain things that are impactful to me that I'd be like, God damn.
That is some
Well,
real
she
shit.
really invested.
Yes.
Nigga, like she
I can
really took the
understand
time
that.
to observe and tailor her approach to me.
Mm-hmm.
I
Not
can
just cooking and
understand
cleaning.
that.
To me, cooking and cleaning is trivial. I don't need a maid. Like, you know what I'm saying? I have housekeeping service. I pay somebody to come clean the house. I have money. I can order food. If you can cook, great. We can eat together. But that's not gonna put you in a wife hierarchy in my life, to me specifically. And I think a lot of women take like this cookie cutter traditionalist approach to like, let me cook, let me clean, let me nurture kids, and that means wife.
And it
It don't
stops.
mean
And
wife to me.
it stops there because whenever we have these conversations about wife duties versus husband duties, when we get to the woman part,
Yeah.
it's always cooking and cleaning.
Always.
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 It's
Always.
never,
Always.
oh, communication,
Yes.
nurturing, understanding, compromise, being a helpmeet.
Yes.
All of these things is never those conversations. It's always that bare minimum. Relationships are auditions for the future.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how you want to look at it, on both sides, men's side, women's side, because let that girl Taya go out right now and she call you and you not being able to be there for her, she's going to look at you like you can't protect me or you can't help me when I'm in need. And that's going to be your last day probably with her or her looking at you as of any potential.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side of that, let that woman not do certain things that he's accustomed to, liking to see in his relationship. Example, the cooking or the cleaning or the withholding sex or whatever the case is. Automatically, you down the list on the totem pole.
Right.
So if marriage is the goal or ultimately getting married is the goal, audition like it is.
Facts.
I'm going to do the things that I want to do. Like what your example was, you were saying you were doing all of those things for a nigga like me. If you're doing that, I don't want you to do that for nobody else, so I'm finna lock you down. And when I say lock you down, I mean we're dating with a purpose. We're not just out here just to say we got a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? So for me, you come out and if it's certain shit that I just don't have to tell you, that's going to make me want to make your life easier.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know, okay, she get it. It ain't a conversation we got to have. It ain't a situation where we got to sit down and we got to write out a to-do list or none of that shit. We vibing. She vibe me, she get me, I get her. And then when we come to a point of contention, we talk about it and resolve it. Shit, I might marry you tomorrow.
I think what you were saying though about women thinking that cooking and cleaning is enough. I don't know necessarily if we initially thought that it was enough. I feel like they're comparing it to what society is today.
Who's comparing it to that?
Women
Well, we
are
live in-
comparing it to other women, meaning when you have influencers and you have people. Social media is a big influence on people, right? And so when you have rappers and you have people who telling you, I don't cook, I don't clean, that's what you're hearing every day.
Right.
Cardi B is saying this stuff. JT and them is saying this stuff. That's what you're hearing on a daily basis from women. I don't cook, I don't clean. If I don't want to be bothered, I ain't answering the phone. I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. So I don't know if necessarily we're using those examples as what makes a wife a wifey. I think we're just saying that in this generation, they telling y'all they don't cook and they don't clean. So if you have a woman in 2024 who is cooking and who is cleaning and who is doing those stuff, then they probably do look at themselves as a wifey because let's be real, girls ain't doing it.
I disagree. I think
They not
the
doing it.
traditional frame of a woman was always a person that kept up the house.
True.
Kept up the house and took care of the kids.
True.
Even before social media was out, because of course I'm old enough to know what the world was before Instagram. You always looked at a quote unquote good girl as someone that knew how to cook, she can clean, and she was modest. Those three things, people would automatically say that's wifey material, right? But I think what women miss, and men could probably miss it too, I don't even want to say probably, could miss it too. But I think what women miss is understanding who you're dealing with.
Yes.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of taking this cookie cutter approach to wifey material, like, no, that's not wifey material. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or it could be wifey material, but is that my wifey material? So taking the time to study the person that you're with, picking their brain, understanding what they like, what they don't like, what really resonates with them, and attacking that. And I think you'll get better results attacking what resonates with that person
Right.
versus just this
what, traditional?
generic,
Yeah.
you know what I mean,
Yeah.
traditional. Because
Right.
you got a lot of men that they don't really care about that traditional shit. Like,
That's
you know
facts.
what I'm saying? Like, man, I want a rock star.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I might want to turn up. I might want to go to turn up. She smoke, she drink, she turn up. We listen to
Right.
Future together. We understand. And she don't cook a clean shit. But you know what? Shit, like I said, I pay for housekeeping and I can buy food. But you keep me entertained. You keep me happy. You
Right.
understand me on a fundamental level. I might want to make you my wife because I want to keep that in my life forever.
So overall, it goes
versus
back
a
to
motherfucker
you
just playing maid and
resonating
mommy.
with somebody.
Huh?
Yes.
It just goes back to you
Yes.
resonating
Have-
and knowing
having
your
that
person.
conversation.
You gotta know
Because
your
everybody
person.
wants something
Yes.
different.
Yes, and
Yes.
that is what
Every
makes it
nigga
right.
do.
We
Every nigga do.
also got to give. We have to give grace and allow people to evolve, right?
Mm-hmm.
We use the traditional word at its convenience. Like whenever women say, "Oh, I want the traditional man," I want niggas don't build houses no more. All that other stupid shit they be talking about, right?
Yeah.
But at the core of it, when you really, really look back, all tradition is keeping your family together and y'all working through issues as a couple, right? But everybody nowadays is so quick to run. Everybody is so quick to give up. So when you talk about 2024 and beyond, a lot of people, we just not giving each other grace to evolve. Where the woman of back then is not the woman of today, and neither is the man. Yet we're still allowing each other, forcing each other to live by these standards that were set 40, 50, 60 years ago when the world is changing. It's
Right.
not like that no more. Bread
Right.
ain't $1 no more.
Yeah.
Milk ain't 25 cents no more.
I
You
know
get what I'm
that's right.
saying? So in the retrospect of now, we have to work together as a couple to evolve as a couple. So you gonna be different, I'm gonna be different.
Thanks.
But as long as we understand each other, I think
We're doing it our way.
We're doing.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna piggyback off your example.
We doing it.
When
our
women say, "Oh, the niggas ain't building houses no more," you do have niggas that still build houses.
way.
Bitch, go to Home Depot. That's the type of niggas you want. Go to Lowe's. They're not
Right.
gonna be in studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be in the office.
Yeah.
If that what you into, take your monkey ass to Home Depot and walk up and down them aisles. You gonna see a nigga looking for plumbing stuff, roofing stuff, all type of shit, and then tell me you need help. If that what you into,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You want a grease monkey? Go ahead to the auto body shops.
That's crazy.
Cause they not gonna be in the club. They too busy working.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to be realistic on the pond you trying to fish out of.
Moral of the story, Kings, we're not doing no husband duty. We're not paying no bills. We're not changing no tires. We're not protecting or providing until
Good luck.
we decide we want to give it. But you see how crazy that shit sounds,
That
right?
shit sounds
That shit
crazy,
sounds
right?
Crazy.
Good luck.
So, yeah, fucking wife duties. It's crazy. All right, cool. Can you be good friends with an ex? And
Yeah,
should
but
that friendship end in your new relationship, or should that friendship end in your new relationship?
what's the dynamics of a good friend? Bro, I could. I really could. I know they can't, so I'm being realistic and be like, I just end that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I could be cordial with an ex. I don't give a fuck. Hey, what they do?
Yeah.
You know, you saw me maneuver.
Facts.
Well, what they do?
Yeah.
Right? But I already know whoever your new nigga is looking at me, yeah, nah, you still want to fuck it. Boy, I don't. I know the trouble you about to get into. I am good, nigga. You know what I'm saying? He would have come down to BM. Boy, you ain't got to worry about me, boy. That is your lady.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But to answer your question, yeah, but being realistic, I know there'll probably be some type of bullshit.
All right, Waymo, same question.
Yeah, I can. I currently am. I'm cordial and cool with a few women that I've dated in the past. Some of those relationships are some of the strongest relationships I have, just because they have seen me evolve from when we were dating till now.